Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I would like to call this meeting to order and acknowledge that we are in Treaty 1 territory, the home and traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Innu, and Dakota peoples, and in the national homeland of the Red River Métis. Our drinking water comes from Shoal Lake 40 First Nation in Treaty 3 territory. My name is Carrie Linklater. I am the chairperson this morning, and I'm joined on the panel by Ms. Diane Knight and Mr. Brent McIntyre. Our city assessor this morning is Mr. Roddy Pantania, and our administrative personnel is Mr. Jaswinder Kumar. We will be hearing applications for revision of the assessment roll in accordance with the Municipal Assessment Act and the City of Winnipeg Charter. The matters for which revision is requested have been described in each application, and we will limit discussion to those matters. The statements that are made at this hearing are sworn testimony, and anyone speaking to the matters must be sworn in. Be advised that comparisons of assessments of properties are not considered evidence of market value by the board. The Board of Revision is appointed annually by City Council and is independent of it and the city administration. It makes its decisions on the basis of the evidence provided at this hearing and issues a written order that will be mailed to all parties as soon as possible. Please note that the board's decisions with respect to an application may be appealed to the Manitoba Municipal Board if the matter pertains to assessed value, or to the Court of King's Bench if the matter pertains to the application of exemptions from taxation. Should you wish to appeal, information on how to do so will be included with the board's order. With respect to the hearing process, I will confirm the points of appeal with your property to be addressed with each applicant following the swearing in. We will then have the assessor's testimony followed by questions that the applicant may have, and then the applicant's testimony followed by questions. Each side will have an opportunity to summarize if they wish. Once all of the evidence about an application has been brought forward, the applicant may leave. The process will repeat for each item on the docket today. The session will close after all the applications have been heard, and the board will deliberate in private and make its decisions. You will receive the board's decision by registered mail as soon as possible. And as information, all public hearings are live streamed, recorded, and will be part of the public record. This morning, we will be hearing items 2, 4, 5, 6, and 7 on the docket. And Mr. Kumar, would you please affirm the assessor and the applicant?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Assessor, please state your full name.
Roddy Pantania.
Thank you. Do you affirm that the evidence you are about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Mr. Navarro, please state your full name.
Marcelo Navarro.
Thank you. Do you affirm that the evidence you are about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Good morning, Mr. Navarro and Mr. Pantania.
Morning.
Morning.
We will start off with our first item, 2211 McPhillips. And Mr. Pantania, whenever you are ready.
Okay, thank you. So up next, we have file 22-4518. The roll years for 2023. The address is Unit Q, 2211 McPhillips Street. And the business assessment ID number is 7508. And we are speaking about an Assiniboine credit union. So we have the total annual rental value set to $100,260. The total area that we have for the subject property is 4,349 square feet. And the overall annual rental value price per square foot that we have modeled is $23.05 per square foot. So we do have two premises associated on the income stream. We have the first premise, premise ID 9693. I believe that to be the main section of the credit union at 4,324 square feet. And we have that at $20.11 per square foot, which gives us a base annual rental value of $86,956. From there, we have tacked on the occupancy costs at 4,324 square feet for all four occupancy parameters there, which gives us a total occupancy cost of $10,810 and a revised annual rental value of $97,740. As well, we do have the a 25 square foot ATM machine that we have evaluation for. And we do have that at $98.96 per square foot for 25 square feet, which gives us a base annual rental value of $2,474. And then from there, we have 25 square feet for occupancy costs that are then tacked on to give us a total occupancy cost of $63 and an annual rental value of $2,520. And that's what gives us our total annual rental value of $100,260. So this isn't an owner-occupied space. We do have some subject lease information on there. So we do have what appears to be, we do have two leases that have been declared. Both are listed as net. The first one we have is for 4,324 square feet, and we have that at $21 per square foot. And then I'm not sure if this was actually generated as an error, but we do have there, perhaps it was a user inputted error that we have that was just generated along. But it looks like we have the ATM, which is declared as 1 square foot at $39,000 as the reported rent for that. But again, this is just subject lease information. This isn't the modeled information, so it could have just been an inputted error by one of our staff here. And then from there, we have our rent comparables. I have included a list of 9 comparables. These comparables are all banks, and they're all being used as bank operations. As well, they are all used in the same manner of I believe this is to be a retail neighborhood shopping center. So as a commercial neighborhood shopping center. So they're all used in a similar manner. The bottom 2 comparables that I've included are for ATMs that we have. And then for the top 7 from there are the main areas. And we do have total square footage and reported rent per square foot as a total. And I believe that's my presentation. Thank you.
I thank you. Mr. Navarro, questions?
I have no questions, thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Knight?
Yeah, you said there's 9 comparables. I only see 7, 5 being branches and 2 being ATMs. Am I missing something?
No, maybe I miscounted one. Give me 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. Okay, well, maybe I counted 8 last time, or 9 last time. This time I counted 8 there.
There's 5, right? 36, 47, 400, 400, 350, 28, 66. Those are your banks, and then the 2 ATMs, correct?
Yes, that is correct. Sorry, I must have
Okay.
missed.
All right. I'm just making sure I had the right document in front of me.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
that's
No,
right.
I have no other questions. Thank you.
And Mr. McIntyre?
And I have no questions, thank you.
I also have no questions. Mr. Navarro, if you would like to proceed with your brief.
Sure, I did have a brief here. However, having seen the actual lease information that the assessor has provided, I believe that the business assessment is fair. So I will ask for a confirmation.
All right, I thank you. And Ms. Knight, did you have any questions regarding this confirmation?
No, I do not.
And Mr. McIntyre?
I do not, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we are going to move on to 694 St. James Street. And Mr. Pontanilla, the floor is yours.
Okay, just opening my files now. If you just give me 1 second here. Okay, so up next we have file 22-4525. The roll year is 2023. The address is 694 St. James Street. And the business assessment ID or the bid is 24984. For this subject, we have a total, and we are speaking about another Assiniboine Credit Union or ACU. For the subject, we have a total annual rental value of $109,020. We have a total area of 3,867 square feet. And we have an overall price per square foot of $28.19. So looking at the subject properties income stream, we do have 1 premise associated with the bid, at 3,867 square feet. And we have a modeled rent of $25.70 per square foot, which gives us a base annual rental value of $99,382. From there, we include the occupancy cost at 3,867 square feet for each occupancy cost to give us a total annual rental value or a total occupancy cost of $9,668 and the total annual rental value of $109,020. We do have some subject lease information on there. So it appears to be that we have declared a lease starting from 2004. It's a 19-year lease. It's declared net. The area matches ours of 3,867 square feet, and the reported rent per square foot is $24. With that being said, I do have a recommendation to make on this particular file. If you just give me 1 second, I can open up my... Oh, you know what? I seem to be missing my rec form on this. Would the board mind just giving me 2 minutes just to come up? I have a price that I would like to recommend, but I just don't have the, for some reason I'm missing the form that goes along with it.
That's fine. We'll take a brief recess.
Yeah, can we just even 2 minutes? I just need 2 minutes just to fill out the parameters and then I'll have an annual rental value for you.
That's fine.
Okay, thank you. Just a 2-minute recess.
Thank you. I would like to call this meeting back to order. And Mr. Pontanilla, if you would like to proceed.
Yes, once again, I apologize for the technical error there. So originally we had on the income stream, we had it at $25.70 per square foot. And then when we tack on the utility costs there, we have a revised annual rental value of $109,020. So my recommendation is to go down to $24 per square foot on this subject property. So at $24 per square foot, that revises the total rental value that we have to $92,808, or a rounded $92,810. And then from there, we've tacked on the utility costs at 3,867 square feet for all four, which gives us a rounded subtotal there of $9,670. And that gives us a revised annual rental value of a total annual rental value of $102,480. 102,480. And that's my presentation. Thank you.
I thank you, Mr. Pontanilla. Mr. Navarro, are you accepting of this recommendation?
Yes, we will accept it.
I thank you. Ms. Knight, did you have any questions?
I do not.
And Mr. McIntyre, any questions?
I have no questions. Thank you.
Thank you. I also have no questions. We will proceed to 1596 Ness Avenue, Unit A. Mr. Pontanilla, whenever you're ready to proceed.
Next, we have file 22-4763. The roll year is 2023. The civic address is Unit A, 1596 Ness Avenue. And the bid associated is 51686. So for the subject, we have a total annual rental value of $130,920. And we have a total area of on this subject at 3,500 square feet, which gives us an overall annual rental value price per square foot of $37.41. And this is a Bank of Montreal that we're speaking of. Sorry, I should have said that earlier. And then on the income stream, we have one premise associated, premise 281600. And then that premise has 3,500 square feet at $34.91 modeled per square foot, which gives us a base annual rental value of $122,185. And then from there, we include the utility costs for all four utilities at 3,500 square feet, which gives us a total occupancy cost of $8,750 and a total annual rental value of $130,920. You'll note that we do have some subject lease information for this subject property. We have a lease that begins in January of 2021, so it's a very recent lease. And we do have 3,500 square feet reported at $35 per square foot. From there, I have included, oh, you know what? That's actually why it looks like we have different, I just understood now why we're looking at, we might look at slightly different rent comparables. The reason being is because I'm pulling all of my files from our local directory that we have here, but I had uploaded all the finished files onto the OneDrive, the main city file. So we can still continue with the presentation, but I just might have slightly different comparables that are in front of me. So I wonder if I actually have a board copy that might be the most recent one. I'm just a little bit hamstrung right now with that because I'm using the files from the PC and not from the OneDrive. For some reason, it's coming up empty when I click on OneDrive. Oh, maybe I might be able to sign in. And if I do sign in, I wonder if it'll take time for all my files to load. I apologize for this. We had a new IT. We had a migration of all of our servers and our files over the last week or two. And this is my first hearing that I've done since we had this migration where I moved all my files over. And so it looks like I might actually be able to access them now. Yeah, I can. Okay, great. Now I can access. I'll just hope that I still have all the files here. I'm doing a lot of stuff on the fly here. If you just give me a second.
No worries, Mr. Pontonia.
Here, I think I am getting to it right now. Actually, I can see them, thankfully. So that's why I was having an issue with the first one. Why I didn't access my recommendation form that I made and all that was missing. Okay, I have access to it now, thankfully. So are you guys, when you're looking at your brief in front of you, do you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? It looks like there's 8 comparables.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're looking at the right ones, thankfully. So that actually explains why we had that issue in the first
Oh,
paragraph.
okay.
Okay, so if you look at the comparables that I have, so we do have where I finished off there, we do have subject lease information at 3,500 square feet at $35 per square foot. And once again, you'll note that the modeled rate that we have is $34.91. So we're a little below actuals. And if you look at our rent comparables, I have included 8 comparables, and these are all comparables that are used in a similar fashion to the Bank of Montreal. The reported areas, other than the 1615 Regent Avenue, which is quite large at 8,009 square feet. The other comparables are of similar size. And we do have a reported rent ranging from $31.50 at the lower end to $45 at the higher end. And I believe that's my presentation. Thank you.
I thank you. Mr. Navarro.
I have no questions for the assessor.
All right, thank you. And Ms. Knight
No, I'm good, thanks.
and Mr. McIntyre.
And I have no questions, thank you.
And I also have no questions. Mr. Navarro, would you like to proceed with your brief?
It's not much of a brief. We are just asking for confirmation. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we will then proceed to 118-303 King Street. And Mr. Pontonia, whenever you're ready to proceed.
Okay, so up next we have file 22-4137. The roll year is 2023. The address that we have is unit 118-303 King Street, and the bid is 21624. The business name that we are speaking about is Midland Foods. So the total annual rental value that we have on this property is $132,780. And that is driven by an area of 14,620 square feet, or an overall price per square foot of $9.08. So if we look at the income stream that we have associated with the subject, we have one premise associated, 15765. As previously mentioned, the area is 14,620 square feet, and we have a base annual rental value per square foot of $6.58. And that gives us our base annual rental value of $96,200. From there, we have included our occupancy costs at 14,620 square feet for each one, which gives us a total occupancy cost of $36,550 and brings us to our overall annual rental value of $132,780. We do not have any subject lease information as it is an owner-occupied space. And with that being said, it was a little bit tricky to find comparables that were of exactly similar type, as this does seem to be one of the few, let's call them somewhat bigger grocery stores in the core area downtown. So from there, I did have to expand outwards, and I did attempt to look for some comparables that were comparable in terms of their sizes and in terms of their label that we have on them as in the form that they're being used. But with that being said, of course they might be newer buildings, or they might have stronger leases with the tenants, with the tenancy that's in place. But again, this is the best that I could do to find some comparable information. And you'll note that even on some of the properties that we have that are with more well-known, stronger leases, we'll call them. For example, at 795 Layla Avenue, we do have it at 19,461 square feet at $10.75 per square foot. And then we have our subject at 14,620 square feet at $6.58 per square foot. So we are already on the lower end of even some of all of these comparables. But again, it was a little tricky to find comparables that were exactly the same. And even if we try to find one that's the closest in size, we have two there, one at 15,500 square feet, and that's at $8 a square foot. And then if we go to the 13,962 or 692 and 1910 Pembina Highway 15, that one's at $15 a square foot. So even if we try to line them up in terms of their sizes, they're still going to be more, than what the subject property is that we have it modeled at. And I believe that's my presentation. Thank you.
I thank you. Mr. Navarro, any questions?
No questions.
Thank you. Ms. Knight
No questions, thank you.
and Mr. McIntyre.
And I have no questions, thank you.
And I also have no questions. Mr. Navarro, would you like to proceed with your brief?
Yes, we are asking for a confirmation.
I thank you. And we will proceed to the last item on the docket, which is 1085 Ellis Avenue. Mr. Pontanilla, whenever you are ready to proceed.
Thank you. And luckily I have all my files here now, so I don't look too disorganized. I apologize again for that. It was a little embarrassing. But up next, we have file 22-4542. The roll year is 2023. The civic address is 1085 Ellis Avenue. And the bid we have associated is 26875. And we are speaking of a Cambrian credit union. So the total annual rental value that we have is $154,140. And this is being driven by 4,000 square feet on the premise at $38.54 for the overall price per square foot. Following that, we have one premise associated on the income stream at 4,000 square feet at a modeled rental rate of $36.03 per square foot, which gives us a base annual rental value of $144,120. From there, we do have occupancy costs tacked on at 4,000 square feet for each occupancy cost to bring us to a total occupancy cost of $10,000 and a total annual rental value of $154,140. So we do have some subject lease information for the subject, and it does appear to be a net lease that was signed. That might actually have been a little bit after the reference date of April 1st, 2021, at $31.50 per square foot for 4,000 square feet. And I do have a recommendation to make on this file. And my recommendation for this file is to go to the actuals being declared. So if we go to the actuals being declared of $31.50 per square foot, that gives us a revised base annual rental value of $126,000. And then from there, we have the $10,000 tacked on of occupancy costs to give us a total revised annual rental value of $136,020, 136,020. And I believe that's my presentation. Thank you.
I thank you. Mr. Pontinia, could I just have that number again, please?
Yep. So the revised rental rate that I'm using is $31.50 for the actual. And then the
Right.
revised annual rental value, including utility costs, is $136,020, 136,020.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Mr. Navarro?
Yeah, do we accept?
All right.
Yes, we
Thank
do.
you.
We do.
I thank you for that.
Just to clarify something, because we had some contact with the owner on this. I'm not sure that the lease information that Mr. Pontinia put there is actually correct. Because we have the June 2021 lease as being $32 per square foot. So the April 1, 2021 lease was actually $31.50. So I don't know if that's our error or theirs, but we got our information from the client. So that information that Mr. Pontinia put in his brief, from what we know, it's actually not post-reference.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
If you want, I can go to 32.
No, I'm good with that.
If you want to, but you know, if
Oh my
31
goodness.
works, then
Just trying to be open.
thanks, I appreciate that.
Ms. Knight, did you have any questions regarding
I
this
do not. Thank
recommendation?
you. No, thanks.
And Mr. McIntyre?
I have no questions. Thank you.
I also have no questions. And this concludes we've heard all the items on the docket this morning, and this concludes this hearing. And thank you to Mr. Pontinia and Mr. Navarro for your briefs and your company this morning.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day. Thanks,
Thank you,
Marcelo.
Jen. Thank you,
Yeah.
gentlemen.